and finding somewhere to work with Greenscape to put their trees and somewhere for us to put our trees.
Yes, Chair, I believe there's something going on in Dordon Dean. Perhaps Greenscape would like to plant their trees in Dordon Dean.
Okay, can we put that to Greenscape?
Can I just
Is
give
that the room there?
can I just give an update on the trees as far as Greenscape's concerned? We had 700 that's coming on February the 8th, I believe. But they asked us if we wanted any more, and I asked for another 950, which we just getting word this morning that we've been agreed that we can have them as well. So we've got like 1,650 trees that we wanted to plant in Seaham.
Brilliant.
So it's up to yourselves how you just want to do it. We're quite happy working on different parts, Deanside Park, Brown Plain Ferries, Wembley Fields, anywhere, you know, of course, as long as it's a public sort of involvement.
That sounds good to me. Anybody else want to say on that? Yeah, yeah, so we'll work with you on that. So,
Sorry.
Can I just ask, because that's I know you have to plant a lot of whips because they don't all survive.
Yeah.
I know the bunny rabbits get them and they get blown over, the kids wreck them. I just wondered whether we could negotiate with some of our schools and perhaps Greenscape could work with the children, as they do very regularly, to put them in those kind of places.
yeah,
I think there's lots of options available,
Yeah,
and we just
definitely.
need to look at them without making a definite decision tonight. I think
Yeah.
we need a bit more information.
Just pushing for time to get them in the ground before the spring comes and things like that. What we did with the first lot of trees that we put out on the golf course, I think we put 350 with the primary school kids and things. We planted quite a few in the garden. We put a nursery bed in and we kept them in there until the following year, which made them a more robust sort of plant to go out. So if you're looking at something now, or are you looking at something in the winter, the trees will be kept to be a lot stronger, to be a better root ball and things that would have a better opportunity of surviving. If that's what your concern is,
Yeah.
about putting with.
Sonia?
The Queen would like us all to plant trees this year when it's her Jubilee. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of the word.
Okay, so we need to make some sort of decision on the way forward for these trees. When would the next meeting be? Half meeting next month. You want to do it now?
Are we not doing that?
Okay, we'll have to do this now. Yeah?
Saves comes back.
Okay. So the decision to be made on where to put the trees, yeah? Sue?
I think there's a bigger decision to be made because we've already agreed to put big ones in. If we're going to change that, we need a resolution to change it, and it needs to be agreed within this room.
Yeah.
And then if we're going to go with whips or a mixture of both,
Okay.
then we need to get into discussions as to where to put them.
So do I do the resolution? Is it down to me or you? Can I move the resolution that we don't do the large trees that are expensive and do the whips instead, which will cost the town council nothing?
Okay. Everybody okay with that, or do we have to take a vote?
on that? I'd rather see the whips and the larger trees together, like what Sue has said, and decide where we want to have them. If
Okay,
we
so-
want to have the larger ones, at least we want to see a little bit maturity. These whips that's in the ground, it's the same as on our golf course. Well, I've never seen them. So I'd rather see a little bit maturity in the trees personally.
Okay, so we need to take a vote on whether we're going to go with all whips or a mixture of the large trees and whips. So all in favour of just the whips, can you raise your hands please? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 hands up. Yeah. And all in favour of larger trees and whips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? 7 and 6? That's what you confirm that, yeah?
Did you count yourself?
Yes, I can myself. So we're going to go with all whips, yeah? Yeah.
Got to decide where to put them.
Yeah, decision on where to put them. As people have said, there is areas all the same whether we put the routine thing that's going on with the Heritage Trust. With the area that Greenscape haven't yet asked for Gordon Fitches. That would need to come to the proposal, I would imagine, yeah? Or we're going to do that now, or?
Anybody got any ideas where we should go?
Chair, I think that the two places you've identified are probably a ideal place to put them. I know Dordon Dane lost a vast majority of its trees during the troubled time of the miners' strike, and a lot of the trees were never replaced. You know, even you could put 800 trees in there, you wouldn't even see them.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's other areas as well that equally is applicable for trees to be planted. I don't think anybody's got any hard and fast ideas where trees shouldn't be planted. As long as we've got some trees planted in appropriate areas, I think that would be.
So looking at the area that Greenscape one, which is next to the pitches, that's going to be extended. Are we happy for them to take that area once the pitch has been extended?
As long as it's outside the extended
Yes.
zone of the.
Everybody okay with that, with Greenscape doing that? Yeah, great. So,
And we also look at whether we can fit them into our existing parks and cemeteries if there's space, and if it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we okay? We're working to
this is getting up.
on that.
Sort of the council.
Yeah.
What
Because
about the perimeter around Trinity Playfield? And then that would get the kids involved as well.
Yeah, around the schools.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it's a massive field, that Trinity Playfield, and I can't think that there's any trees.
do you know whether it's Durham County land or the school's land or?
We don't have to, it's a
Right.
Well,
council.
we don't county schools.
Yeah, we'll look at Trinity playing fields.
Yeah.
Good. Any other suggestions?
I would ask all the schools.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
Great. Thank you.
Can I just add
Yes,
one
sir.
final one? You might want to think about working with Believe Housing to see if they need any trees on any of their land. That would
Yeah,
work.
so, so.
Okay.
Preferably not in front of the windows of bungalows.
The back of the room there?
They'll always say that
The old railway line down Dordon, as you come up through the main railway line, you've got the old trucks line that's turned into a footpath for where children's play area there.
Right.
There's a nice big
Okay.
green stretch.
Yeah, put that down as well.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Good. Thanks.
Sure, if anybody has any more suggestions, you can always email
Yeah.
the officers and let them know. Okay. Item 9, Town Hall Car Park. No, 12, sorry.
12.
Extra temporary porta cabin at Gordon Bowls. A request has been made for a further cabin to be installed at Gordon Bowls Club to accommodate the ladies' team. Further details will be provided. Do we have the further details?
Yeah, so basically to get an extra porta cabin, we could only do it on a 2-year contract, and it would be quite expensive, £142.50 per week plus services. But then if you do go for that, which the ladies' bowls have requested through the chair, Leanne, who was not here tonight, I would certainly advise that after 2 years you have a total review of the setup up there, because you know, splitting male and female, you know, isn't the done thing these days anyway, and it's a big cost to say that they're only using one bowling green at the moment. You know, nobody wants them to fold or anything like that, but we've got to have a review of it in a couple of years if you're going for something that's as expensive as this. I'm not saying you shouldn't go for it, but you know, 2 years maximum on it.
Do we know how often they use the bowling green?
Yeah, they use it through, you know, throughout the season, April to September, and you know, obviously it's there and it's stayed there because it's a good resource for people that probably wouldn't have other resources, you know, and things to do. So it's obviously very valuable to those people. But I would think in maybe a couple of years' time, you'd have to do a serious review of how much you're spending up there on that particular facility.
Okay, Kevin?
could I suggest we bring it back next year, Chair?
Do it for 12 months.
Instead of 2.
Well, we'll try with the supplier. They're sort of saying, you know, 2 years, but we'll go back for a year. Yeah.
Can I just ask, what is the rationale for having male and female rather than
Altogether.
Co-ed the right word?
Bit of a tradition.
The toilets at the moment are separate cubicles or are they?
No, I think it's a porta toilet at the moment.
So,
Yeah.
so a couple
Yeah.
use, so
But they are used to their own individual
Yes.
cabins.
I am struggling with this. They don't play balls, but it's not like they come down and get changed like a footballer would. They might change their shoes.
I think they put lights on, don't they? Yeah,
They put what on?
lights.
Yes.
They're not coming the light.
If I could just interject, Chair, I think it's a traditional thing here. There was two
Always
pavilions. There was a male and female
Always
pavilion, and it's just the one that maintain their own autonomy in regards to that. There's a men's section and a female section, and there the two shall meet.
I think review it in a year. You know, we'll try and negotiate with the supplier for this year, and then because they have said we could only do it for 2 years because of the cost of delivery and setup and all the rest of it. So we'll try for 1 year.
I think what I was trying to get at, Chair, was the fact that Porticom is only a temporary solution. We might have to have a permanent solution in regards to that, which we look at when we're looking at the multi-use
Right.
facility,
Yeah.
which because of the autonomy issues around each of the sporting groups, they didn't want to go for that. We probably do need a long-term solution in regards to meeting the needs of the facilities for the bowl section as well.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Can I just ask then, can we actually identify what the resolution is and what we're actually agreeing to, so that we can get it ready for the minute?
Well, I might be wrong, but my view is currently that you've said you're okay with this for a year. This sets up